This is Trans Africa Radio.
Believers and slaves, so I take it to radio and I ask them to play it. They look straight to my face. You know how much you gotta pay, right? $5,000.
A fire record, if you ask me. Touchline with a $5,000 right here on the Station of the Gods. Thank you very much for joining us. The name is Ntokozo Botjie, and yes, we have Touchline in the building. Touch, how you doing, homie?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm awesome, doggy.
Hey,
yo, bruh. Okay, it seems like the East Rand taking over the show, you know, because I had Big Star not so long ago. We've sat down with Pretty, we've sat down with Cly, Questa out here, been here. So you out here now representing. How's your day been?
Hey, my day's been good, in fact.
Yeah?
Yeah, nice and easy, you know, one meeting here and there. I actually went to high school with Pretty Ugly and Big Star.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, so ironic. Those are the first two guys you mentioned, but yeah. The East something must happen.
Something's happening there, especially with the East, because back then when I was growing up, it was mostly South, you know.
Yes.
And that's where the dope cats were coming out, Slag Hayes and all of that as far as rap is concerned. Tell me about it, especially seeing as you also just mentioned that you went to school with the guys. What was it like back in the day? Because it's, for me, when I listen to you, you sound like a rapper who's well-rounded as far as the elements of hip hop are concerned. You know what cypher needs. You and especially the East. I've been there.
Sure.
I've been to the Hats and Kicks gigs where nearly every rapper on stage is literally just a rapper, and they're not just gunning for the commercial success and all of that.
Yeah.
What's it like growing up in that kind of environment, especially for hip hop?
It was very cool, mfethu angithola. Plus obviously mina bengiyintwana yabo.
Yeah.
And ubukela ama-Quetman vele, you know, there'd always be like these sessions, you know. There was one called Forefront, you know, and people would just gather there, and it's like just hip hop heads, yabo.
Yeah.
I wasn't really big on that things, yabo.
Yeah.
I just like I chose to be in my own kind of environment, and that's where I was really introspective in my writing, yabo.
Yeah.
It was pretty different for me, but like I saw that whole movement happening, you know, and the Big Nabantu Wafana, SOS, they were Lost Days fam, you know, like those guys were running the East at that time, young so it was very good for a culture, I guess, and nurturing you as umuntu hospital, young yeah, man.
And you've also dabbled into the other faculties of the culture, like dancing and all of that. And why put those dancing shoes away and be like, nah, this is it. I'm going to sit with the pen, and this is the angle I'm taking.
Hey, Fitz, that's the real story there. I went to university, and at that time, like, the dance crew was back in Joburg.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, man, traveling and going back just to go dance, man. But like at the same time, I started like really being one with my craft. This being rap now.
Yeah.
Because I was slowly moving out of like dance, and I'm slowly moving into this music thing. So I just really got immersed in writing and making music. So much so that it was my sole focus at the time. So I had to move away from things like uglalipo, like things like dancing, you know, and I put in my 10,000 hours for the rap.
Yeah. All right, awesome stuff. And you also get into another topic that I keep on bringing up. Pretty Ugly also brought it up, that I feel like most artistic people find themselves doing sports as well. Do you think it, as much as it came easy for you to get into all these other pockets of dancing, rapping, as well as the sports thing, do you think it's simpler for you and the type of person that you are?
Is it simpler to do what?
To just jump into these different faculties where one day you're like, I'm really good, because I assume, seeing as you're good at this rapping thing, that you are probably good at the football thing. And also when it comes to the dancing thing. Yeah. Well, is it easy to just jump out of one and get into the other? If I were to ask you to you know, play around with the football now outside, would it be simpler for you now, or is it something?
Yeah, of course, because of experience, no, young because of experience. But I think it was a matter of like a principle, like hard work. For instance, like when you get into something, you just know you have to really be about that craft at that time. I think that's the one thing that made me so versatile. Because Guti, I understood Guti, when I do dance, I need to do it to the fullest. When I do, play soccer, I need to do it to the fullest.
Yeah.
And it's the same principle I brought into my rap craft.
Yeah.
So me as Umchita, ne?
Yeah.
I've always understood this principle from a young age. When you do something, just do it to the best of your abilities, and you always reap rewards from that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, Touchline is in the building. In case you just joined us, this is still Trans Africa Radio, live on 872 on your DSTV all across Africa, 609 on OpenView HD all across the Southern African District, and then taradio.mobi, obviously worldwide. Touchline in the building, most talked about rapper currently in South Africa. A lot of young people also approaching me in the inboxes, be like, yo, when are you getting Touchline in the studio?
Right.
And what do you think that is happening, especially in your career? Because I assume you were focused on the music, but then you start getting people talking and all of that. What do you think sparked that?
I think my message, man.
Yeah.
I think this made obviously the Nabum Rapabapa and everybody's just doing their thing in their own way.
Yeah.
But I think I came with the real time documentation element of it. Where like I speak about exactly what's going on, and I feel like the way in which I do it maybe is what catches people. I think it's very easy for me to relate. No muntu wasekasi, umuntu who's wherever, a person from Rosebank, Randburg, as long as I'm telling a story that they're familiar with, and I try my best to do it well. I think that's the one thing that has caught many people's attention. Yeah.
And why did you decide, did it just come naturally? Why did you decide to write more from an introspective kind of angle where when I listen to your music, I'm like, the young man is talking about real things, real subjects that are happening in, on the streets of South Africa on a regular basis. What made you decide to take that angle as far as the music?
These are just things that I care about as a human being in general. And so when I look at society and I look at what's happening around us, I feel like somebody has to talk about it, and if it's not going to be me, then who? So I always take that approach, and I'm like, okay, we've got this issue right now, we've got because the most important thing is to relate. If I can talk about wearing all black right now as you wearing all black, you can relate, and I need to document something like that because then I'm speaking to you, right? So if I can talk about exactly what people see on a daily basis, I think it's easier for people to connect with you because you're telling their story, even though you're telling your own. Because I think like we linked in a certain way, especially as abantu abamnyama, abasemzansi, we linked.
Black folk,
there's a common thread, So I feel like if I speak your message, I'm speaking the message of everybody else. That's what makes it very simple for me to craft the stories. I want to talk about, I got a lot to talk about, but I want to talk about your inspirations because there's a video I saw and immediately it popped up to me. It's like, this looks like some cold world stuff, were you listening to a lot of J. Cole, a lot of Nas? Because the way in which you write, it's more Tupac, where you, even if you're not telling your own story, you're telling stories of those you live around. And then the visual aspect that got me thinking about J. Cole, where I think it's a street in Joburg where you popped out, it was in an alley and all of that. What was the inspiration? Who was inspiring you as a young man growing up? And I get this question a lot, and people are always shocked by the answer, but it was ProKid, man. I was obsessed with the guy, man. I remember how it all started was so I went to a high school called Northern Park High, right, which is Morgan Gate Masabab scene type of thing, but like we had a lot of people from Ekasi, a lot of people from the city, and also people from the burbs. So there was that little interconnection type of thing going on. So what happened was one of my friends from Elokshi, who was a house head, those guys that walk like this, like they always got the phone, playing, and he came and he was rapping ProKid's lyrics, like word for word. And I remember I was like, and what he's rapping is like, it's fire. I'm listening, I'm like, hey, it's fire, that's dope, man. But he's playing this ProKid song, and I'm like, what is that, bro? He's like, no, Mamilu Pro. And I remember that was the first day I asked him to send me the song. It was the first day I went home and I really thought about, I need to be a rapper. So after that, I remember clearing out every single song that was in my phone, and I just went and I chased ProKid songs, and I had like all his albums on my phone. I was listening religiously. That's where that's where my inspiration to start rapping started, you know. In fact, I wasn't even listening to anybody who is international at the time. I just listened to, I started like loving Tear Gas, Double HP, and that's what I moved into. So when you speak about J. Cole umuntu ofika manje, like for me, like uqeda ukufika, like bengamameli mina,
Alright.
I like him, you know, but I was never really inspired by his stuff. I do think he's a great rapper, but he's not the person. ProKid is the person that I looked up to.
So, seeing as you brought up Pro, and most of us grew up listening to him,
Yes.
Heads and Tails was a dope album. Snakes and Ladders was even better. I want to find out, especially at this time where we've lost a great musician in South Africa, what are your thoughts regarding that? And I also want to talk about the fact that it seems like we always celebrate after. And where do you stand?
Yeah. I feel like I'm also part of the problem, man. You know, when it comes to that, because I saw Pro like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you know, he was cool. I met him for the third time, but like he didn't know who I was again. So I was like, I reintroduced myself. I was like, and I didn't even have the pressure to say we met before. I was just like, I'm Touch, bro. He's like, oh, nice to meet you, Touch. What do you do? I'm like, I'm an artist, man, but I'm shaking. This guy was there, and he's like, and you know what happened? Was like, I saw him. I was in the studio now, and the door was open.
Yeah.
So you could see like who's outside, and in that space of that door being open, small space, was only him. You know, so it was weird. I was like, eh. So I started telling this guy, I'm like, hey, it's buddy. Guess who's outside, bro?
Yeah.
It's Pro. I'm out here acting like I've never met him before, because like it always feels new, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And but like what to answer your question was Guti, he asked me how far, you know, those were his words, how far. I'm like, I mean, I'm coming up, you know, I think people are really receiving me. I should show you on social media, so I'm trying to pull out my phone. It's like, I'm telling you, it's now, man, you know,
sounds exactly like it,
you know, I mean, like, see those I'm dating, and I remember walking back to where we live. I kept on going on. I was like, man, if like we gotta get this guy in studio, man. I don't know how we're gonna do it, you know. But I always believed I had time. Yeah, well, I always believed I had time. And I felt like maybe it was he was reaching out in a way, because obviously he doesn't know who I am, but he still loves the culture that much to ask, yo, when you are a rapper, like, yo, how far are you at it? How well are you doing with it? You know, and maybe he would have loved to work with young talent, but you playing yourself. You're like, no, there's no way, you know. So you just move right along, and you like, everybody probably tells him, yo, man, you're my inspiration. So I actually stopped myself from saying words like those. But that was my idol right there, you know. And it's been pretty tough, and I feel like maybe we should have had a longer conversation, because he wasn't in a rush. But I was like, maybe I'm crowding his space, you know. And it just taught me, I learned my own lessons from that, you know, because now I'll never get to work with him, and that's just something I'll have to deal with.
All right, awesome stuff. Touchline in the building. Thank you very much for joining us. Send us questions. Find us on Twitter. It is at TransAfrica872. On Facebook, transafricaradio.net. Not forgetting, you can send us voice notes or messages via that WhatsApp line, +27 7925 44329. Let's get into some more of Touchline. This is the Controller Freestyle. A fire record, if you ask me. And as I always say, a jammy jam. Touchline with Ntokozo right here on the Station of the Gods. Welcome to it in case you just joined us. Before that, we also gave you Touchline on a track titled Controller, the freestyle. The young man just freestyling, killing us in the game. It's fine. We shall survive. We shall take a deep breath. A huge shout outs to Lisha_Razor, otherwise known as Lindy Wetlamin, saying Ntokozo is still one of my favorite jams. Touchline truth, hashtag the re-up. And then another message coming through from Lesejo in Soweto saying Touchline got something going. Love that Controller freestyle.
I appreciate that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome stuff. So why did you decide to drop? Because we don't see that lately, as of lately. Not a lot of people. We've seen that back in the day where cats are coming through on top of popular beats and just giving us them bars, right?
Yeah.
What made you to decide to do that? Because it's a huge risk. As much as people think it's an easy thing to do, and yes, people are gonna like it because it's just a beat, they know the beat.
Yeah.
But it's a huge risk, because if people don't like it, then you're on the other side already.
Making comparisons. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're showing us flames. Why did you decide to do that?
Hey man, I think like they always say rap is a sport, and
Yeah.
I just felt like this part of it is like ukudlala estradeni.
Yeah.
Angithola ithupal.
Yeah.
Angithola. And you like before you hear jams like 5 grand and ungiphethe kahle, which are for me now like since la UEFA manje. Now we are in there.
Yeah, in the main league.
You need
Yeah.
to focus, you need to score goals now, But like this for me was just an exhibition of ukuthi ngiyakwazi ukupensela, ngiyakwazi ukudabula.
Yeah.
Ngiyakwazi ukushaya lestina lesa ngeenge. So it was just playing around and just exhibiting what I have, italente lami, and just playing with flows and just jumping on top of instrumentals and just making them my own.
Yeah, you want to push up the mic a bit?
All right,
the
sorry
angle.
about that.
Yeah, awesome stuff. So the reason I'm asking this is because literally I was sitting down with a rapper back in the day, like a year ago, and we were discussing the very same thing. I'm like, why don't you just pull a Drake? He was out there on songs that he was not supposed to be on, sampling other people. Do you think it's important for the young person listening out there, if they want to get into the game, to familiarize yourself with the business or the marketing of the music business before you go out there? Because I've heard a lot of cats who be like, yo, I rap, I've got an album, and I'm like, I don't even know you. Why do you have an album? Do you think it's important for young cats out there to start with the fundamentals, marketing, business, learning a bit of it? Not saying they should go and do a whole degree as far as entertainment business, but how do you think it's important?
I believe in learn as you go,
Yeah.
Learn as you go. So like if you're a rapper, for instance, jump on that beat, jump on that beat, do that 7-track EP where you're just jumping on people's beats, that is a form of marketing itself, because you haven't even put out your stuff yet. That's the strategy that I've been using. And but yes, read up on the business of it, the marketing aspect of it, like what the promotion aspect of it, like what can you do to make sure you find that optimum exposure. I want to, because it's one thing having dope music, but if people aren't hearing it, it's very discouraging. So I for instance, I did these songs to be like, yo man, I can rap, just listen to me. I used to want every opportunity to just display my skill. So sometimes if you don't even have original beats, take a beat, Lil Wayne beat, take a ProKid beat, do whatever and just rap on it, and as Drake says, make the music, give it to the world, and they'll decide whether they like it or not. So,
all right, awesome stuff. So once you earlier on you spoke about you going to school and stuff like that.
Sure.
Did you finish?
Yeah.
What did you study?
I did marketing.
Yeah, I see it. It all makes sense now. And did you at any point, because it's not just any Tom, Dick, and Harry who finds himself in the game overnight and stuff like that. There's trials and tribulations. We're recording these songs, they're not getting out there, and you having meetings, and these people, you can't trust them. They're trying to steal your songs. They're trying to make you sign 360 deals and all of that. Was there a point during all of that where you sat down and be like, maybe I should just take this degree and go look for a job?
Yeah.
What?
I remember like it was yesterday in fact when I was like, yo, I remember it was after a show and I was in this crew called Blackstone. And we were like rapping, and I remember I had this terrible show, man, but I think in my subconscious I had already been thinking about it. I'm like, you know what, guys, we've been doing this for a long time though, man. I think yo, let's look, man, we done here, man. I'm like, yo, man, I need to go back to football. and I went back to football, man, because I was really discouraged. I think it was I was listening to myself, and I didn't think there was space for me in the game at the time, and it was the rise of hip-hop, because it was happening in 2014, where like hip-hop in SA was like booming, and I'm listening to my voice, and I'm like, I'm not as smooth as everybody else, I'm thinking, wow, I'm just not gonna fit in here. What am I gonna say that's ever gonna make sense to anybody, And there was a big level of self-doubt there, and I decided, you know what, it hasn't been working, and like you saying, like, there were vultures, bro. People were exploiting my talent for like a long time. We're trying to, empty promises. I can show you like a list of everybody who's hit me up on Twitter, and you know what I'm saying. It just never came to fruition, and it's like, what was I really meant for this? And I remember, I was like, nah, man, I'm done, man.
Yeah.
I'm done.
But you're still here, my man. You did it.
I came back.
Yeah.
I had to, I think it was God's plan, Nakona, because even the way I came back was so weird, and it's like when you just connect the dots, it's like I was really, this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So tell me, who was your pillar of strength when you were going through those hard times where now you in the middle of career choices because you know that you can do certain things, right?
Right.
Yeah, I've been doing this with the crew. I've been dancing. I'm doing the football thing. I studied. I got something to show for it.
Right.
Who was your pillar of strength who was like, nah, just follow your dreams, or nah, don't worry, it's gonna get better out there? Who was that in the family or friends out there? Who was that person?
Ironically, I fought my family, bro. I was fighting against them. Oh God.
Yeah.
Until I fought them. Like, the biggest argument I've ever had with my mom was about the music. I remember we went at it, man. But like, motivation kala ngaphakathi, in fact. Yeah, well, like you need to know, like you need to want it enough, what made me, and another thing is like every single time people saw me, they would ask me, how far?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, man, where's the music? We've been waiting. And I'm thinking like, I'd even get angry because like I didn't want people to ask me that question anymore because I was like, it's a part of my life that I've swept under the carpet in grand.
Yeah.
And that is like a calling, it's like when people keep on asking you the same question over and over again. And I just decided one day, I'm like, hey, let me try this. And I've been stuck in there ever since. But my pillar of strength in faith has been my own faith, like I've always known that Italian del corner.
Yeah.
I was just discouraged, and I motivation kala ngaphakathi. I just knew how much I still wanted it.
Yeah. Wow, awesome stuff. We got the man in the building all the way from Tembisa to be exact, South Africa, Touchline in the building. Yes, send us commentary. Find us on Twitter. It's at TransAfrica872. On Facebook, transafricaradio.net. Not forgetting you can also find us via that WhatsApp line, +27 7925 44329. And what do you think, because you said it earlier on that in 2014 there was a huge influx of hip-hop in the mainstream of popular anything in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I agree, it was like hip-hop is coming and taking over. There's no more house. We're closing up shop for everything else. But luckily no. But what do you think about especially this year where we've seen another huge influx of hip-hop, especially internationally, and this is including South Africa, just everywhere someone's dropping and everyone's fire to a certain extent? What are your thoughts, including you part of this whole gang? What are your thoughts with the huge influx, and where do you think you stand within all of that?
Well, let me answer this question first. I just think, I just offer a different, just a different side of hip hop, which is what I believe. Like, I'm a fundamental way hip hop, where like we are that hip hop, and so the way you're talking about your life experiences, and I think the guys that were starting out with this rhythm and poetry back in the day, they were just inspired by what they were going through and what they saw in the streets, So I just offer Leo angle, Leo Uti. Okay, cool. This is what's happening. I'm telling my man. Like that's all it is. I just serve that side where people can. For instance, I always make this example. Everybody can go. Let's say maybe girls can go out to a club. And they'll know all the lyrics, right? Of a certain song, but I want to be the guy that they come home to. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that guy when you're alone with your thoughts. Please include me. I want to be that person who can help you get ready for the next day. Because sometimes we do things to escape from a certain reality. I'm here to take that reality and make it worth living. So that's what I believe. That's what I believe I serve. That's the purpose I serve. I believe in my music. I'm told. I just want to inspire, man. There's just lives that I want to change and touch, and it's gonna be very, very hard, but like I'm willing to do it.
You sound like you're willing and you've already got a plan, and you sound like you're going to take over. And the next thing, Touchline will be touching everything in everybody's lives. Which is great, Machi. Like, it's lovely to see someone with a good head on their shoulders and not just doing this for the fame and the girls and all of that. You know what I mean? And I like the fact what you mentioned now about when they listen to you at home. Black Coffee was being interviewed all the way in England, and people were asking, but aren't you house? Isn't it supposed to be in the club? Why are people playing the music at home? It's like, yeah, my music is living room music.
Yeah.
Meaning he wanted music to be listened to by your grandmother who's chilling there, you know, watching something, the kids playing around the house, something that everyone's gonna gain something from.
Right.
And I feel like you doing exactly that with your sound and your lyrics, to be exact. You know what I mean? But besides that, Don't Try Me or Sun-Kissed?
Don't Try Me.
Don't Try Me, that's what's coming up right now. We'll continue the conversation right after this. Welcome to it in case you just joined us.
This is the re-up.
It is! It's amazing, man. Another freestyle. That's shocking because I'm like, why is he wasting the verses?
Never.
But I guess he's got more, man. That's why he's doing that. The Touchline with Don't Try Me, the freestyle right here on Trans Africa Radio. A huge shout out to Titus, otherwise known as Bram Titus _Titus, saying at Trans Africa, I'm voting for you in the Hype Freshman.
Thank you.
2014.
Thank you so much.
And he said he saw the video for Changes and it's amazing.
Thank you, man.
And then another one, Josh _Kumalo, saying, when can we expect an album?
Hey, Baba. Album. Yay. Pardon? Yeah, man. I mean, we've been cooked up in studio fades, you know. I always say this. I don't know whether I'm proud of this, but I always say, like, I've got like 100 songs, man.
You should be, because that's what everyone else says.
You know?
Yeah. People like, I got 600 songs.
Like, yeah, I'm looking at Tupac, nigga died, you know.
Like 300 or something.
300 songs.
Yeah.
What were those unreleased or what?
Yeah.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Spotty, let me tell my stories while I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, album fits. You know, like I'm saying, like the one thing about what I was thinking regarding an album was the whole promotion aspect of it. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's do these freestyles. Let's do, you know, anything that's gonna make people notice us. And I feel like right now we are achieving that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking at dropping the album this year, because that's where I feel like people can really be in tune with what I think. You know? Yeah, it's not about like anybody else's instrumental. It's really the music that I am one with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
All right, Touchline Truth is in the building. Find him on Twitter. It's at Touchline Truth. On Instagram, it's Touchline _Truth. Is it Punchline? No, the Punchline's on Facebook. Yeah. Nomuska Twala 4 saying, I really like Touchline. So humble. My heart is so warm, man. Wow.
I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, and another message here from Sizwe Mtaung saying, oh Lord, don't press record. Hashtag the re-up. I guess that's like a quotation situation.
That's from Don't Try Me.
All right, and then another one here from I Am Nice Easy saying, I'm so inspired by Touchline's music. He's a rapper I'm following the most in South Africa. I can't wait for his album.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah?
Thank you so much.
So much love coming through. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Keep them coming as far as questions, comments, and just, showing love to Touchline in the building right now. Don't forget you can find him on that WhatsApp line. Also, send us voice notes. It is +27 7925 44329. Touchline, you're giving us a small verse. Drop it on a small beat here.
Okay.
Yeah. And right, we got
where are the
we got Woo in Toronto, Canada, saying this dude Touchline is really dope. Fire emoji.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out to Woo all the way in Toronto. Tell the office that they must pump up the volume because Touchline's about to drop some bars. Touch, you can hear the beat right now, ne? But I'm gonna stop this one. Let's get it.
No, that's.
You wanna hear this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. I hope you up your bars this year. I hope you rap less about money and cars this year. Hope you corporate ladder and the charts this year. Hope your New Year's resolutions don't end in March this year. So who's the star this year? Don't tell me it's not my time. Flow dope, they all quote the realness that's in my lines. Do you feel us? Been inspired. Get it spotting and gotten. If cash flows are constipated, we stack the money in piles. I don't think they get it. I don't think they get it. No, I done said it. The pastor read it like pray and prepare to blow among us. Biggie, they ready to take the credit and let you go. I make the show and you missed an episode like an Spark in Kempton Park, Baba. Afraid of the dark corners in the block, Baba. I quit my job and I told my parents I got this. Put the 9 to 5 behind me like I was Kermit Erasmus. Then I sit with my mother up in my back room, discussing how we lost the house. I said I'll bring us back soon. She said trusting in God is never a bad move. Her friends had her back, but that's where they left the stab wound. Winter nights and summer mornings. If I win tonight, then summer morning, they best friends. Lives end when I get on the beat. DEFA. Ah, damn it, I just can't spell defeat. I'm back on my feet. And this time when Dwana is too mature, was on season scoop, and now it's my season to scoop awards. The Summers, the Mamas, the Metros, the trips to Bahamas. And don't yawazi amapaka akekho ufuna ukudlala ngada uhotop uphunyuka bomphethe ngikalakatha akhala my time lentwana ngathi zinqaba kwasana and alana kusinto nesibindi baba inyama sekala. Wow.
Yeah, you see, it's packed out here in the building. You can hear that, and the elephant came out as well. Yo, Touchline's in the building. That was fresh. I like how you do, the vernac and the English. It's always great to hear that. We really hear vernac raps as of lately, if not Zakwe and then a few cats. Yeah. So it's always nice to see someone new with a new voice and all of that.
Sure.
So you had to ask. I guess you got a whole lot of songs and you haven't decided if you want to drop an EP or an album and all of that. You dropped the visuals for Change not so long ago.
Yeah.
Should people expect more visuals coming through with the new music? Are you dropping songs with videos? Because there's a lot of things people are doing lately that have changed the game. Yeah?
I prefer to always drop the song with the video. So I'd like to prepare in advance. I want you to get the message. You get it the way. So that's what we're doing. I mean, changes. What happened there was it's originally from Juicy Freestyle. Like we did the song on Notorious B.I.G.'s beat, right? And then we stripped it down. We're like, we're gonna go to his arch nemesis, Vele. Strip it down, made the changes, and we just shot something for it and we just dropped it. I think people really appreciate it when they see you just strip songs down and you just you add your own little flavor to it. So that's what we're doing.
All right, awesome stuff. And how are the DMs looking, Machi?
There are no pictures in the DMs. Yeah, it's just like it's all.
I didn't even ask about the pictures.
It's all messages of like good luck. Like Swali, we seeing what you're doing and we love it.
No crashes in the DM.
Here and there,
Yeah, let's be honest, man.
Yeah, I think the dope thing about, I don't know, maybe it's my brand, but like, they never send nudes, right? What they do is like, it's like, if it is a girl, she's like, oh, I have a crush on you, and I think you're so cute, or whatever, It's always like sweet girls in my DMs, and I appreciate that. It's like, I think I take you about it, tell me nicely, so nice.
All right, damn, so much messages coming through. Lindy Dlamini saying, why are you stalling Masigubuza nge album if yafuneka le album's Coco?
Yeah, album, yes, I'm fit. I want to give you guys, and that's been, a blessing and a curse, but like, by perfectionism sometimes, I do want to give you guys the best of me, That's maybe that's why it's taking a little long, but we there.
All right,
the mind is there.
Smanga Ngobo saying, the re-up, this guy, yes, no man, he is disrespecting us with all this. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, awesome stuff. Another message here from Zenande Sira saying, guys, why is SA sleeping on this guy? Do you feel like people are sleeping on you, or do you feel like you're growing gradually?
I feel like I'm growing at a very, very nice pace. I don't believe in sleeping. In fact, if you talent lakho likhona sibali wonke umuntu uzolibona at some point. You just have to keep on working, and your time will come. Though nobody sleeps on anybody. I feel like one day we'll all get what is due to us. So.
Oh, awesome stuff. Hey, man, did you go to church?
Yeah.
Did you go to church?
Ish. Bengia.
Okay.
Now I need to go back. Hey, my lady won't like this, but like, I need to go back. I even got a song called Skipping Church, man. I'm very honest about it. Lately,
man.
I've been skipping church.
Touchline truth,
I'm never
man.
around when Pastor reads the verse.
Hey.
Mama praying for me to reverse the curse.
Wow.
Amen.
Yeah, man. Touchline in the building. And Nanto Baby also saying, can you please ask Touchline which artist he'd like to do a collab with?
Hey, man. Yeah. Ngathi uNkulunkulu angangiboleka nje for a moment at thank you son. Yeah, you know, one more time, you know. I feel like there will always be like a regret.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like and I'm just being honest, man, you know. I feel like maybe part of Pro's purpose was to inspire some of us, you know, to do, you know, what we're doing now. But if I have to look at human beings, because Pro wasn't a human being, let's not forget. If I have to like do a song with another human being, who would it be? Who would it be? There's many of them, man. I feel like a lot of people are talented out there, you know. If I'm looking at like I'm a South African artist, I really love the ones that really sound
Authentically South
you know?
African, yeah?
I'm a fan of Java, definitely. I
nice.
think what he does is incredible. I think Quest does very, very dope. I'm a fan of Mafiki Zolo.
And then let's, because me and South Africa, we've got a love-hate relationship.
Sure.
Let's leave South Africa. Let's talk about the rest of the continent.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Who pops up? Who would you like? Yo, he's vibing from Kenya, he's vibing from Nigeria, Ghana.
Hey man, hey that guy Davido.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy makes really, really good music, Swali. You know, I'm a real fan of Davido. You know, I think he really sounds Nigerian and he owns it, you know.
Yeah.
Ever since Skelo days, bro, you know.
Sure.
I've always liked Davido. I've always thought he's really dope. There's a guy also called Malik Berry.
Yes,
I
from
love
Nigeria,
the guy.
based
I love
in the
his
UK.
visuals, you know. I think
Yeah.
that guy is very, very dope.
All right.
Yeah.
No, okay. Awesome stuff. Hi. No, man. Nomfundo saying, hey, this is Nomfundo in brackets, Touchline head operator. And then says, and I'm loving the show and the freestyle he just did. And I'm singing to every song that's played so far. Heart emoji touch.
Yeah, man. I actually recognize the name because it's like Nomfundo. And then her name is Touchline
Head
operator, you know.
Yeah.
And I've got a few of those people that it's like so humbling. It's like, hey.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a message here. I just wanted to make sure that the message was the right person. Let's quickly listen to this voice note.
Hey Ntokozo, ngicela ungibuzele touchline ukuthi uqale kanjani kahle kahle ukuze azithole eselana esekude kangaka. Ngiyabonga.
All right, that was Tandi tuning in from Bulawayo, Zimbabwe.
Hey Ntokozo, ngicela ungibuzele touchline.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, inspired by Pro, started writing my own music. I just started on this journey. I remember the first competition I won was on another radio station. I was like 3 months into it.
On why? No?
Yeah. 3 months into rapping, you know, and that's why I saw this is possible because I hadn't been rapping for too long, like 3 months of rapping, and I went to that station and I won that competition. So that's how my journey sort of started, you know. I got the confidence from that, and I just kept on going, and I never stopped.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of questions coming up. I'm just gonna try and make sure everybody, you know, feels like they were also part of the show. Lindy Wezwan is saying, a rapper my mom would love to see live.
Yeah, I get that a lot also. That's really humbling because, like, you know, I think the story is not limited to abantwana abancane, or you know, it's like the South African story. So I feel like even abantu abadala they sort of relate, and I don't curse in my music, so it makes it easier for umama umdala, you know, to just listen to what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right, so awesome stuff.
I appreciate that.
Adam Shazi saying, would your album be a balance of vernac and English, or only one of the two?
Never. Definitely have to balance it. Yeah, man. I love mixing it up, you know. Yeah, definitely a balance of the two.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're pro stan, and so you would definitely. All right, I got like 14 questions. I need you to go through real quick, no thinking. When you hear it, you go in. So let's play this game, my G. Are you ready? I think I'm gonna change the beat in here just to make it more epic. Let's get into this.
This is the re-up.
Yeah, boy. All right, then. The year you had your first kiss.
2004.
DSTV or OVHD?
DSTV.
Favorite soapy?
Generations.
Favorite drink?
Favorite drink? Fanta.
Trump or Zuma?
Zuma.
Favorite color?
Red.
Electric toothbrush or normal toothbrush?
Normal toothbrush.
Instagram or Twitter?
Twitter, cause bang follow ada.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxer supermarket.
G-string or no panty?
G-string, cause big PM and I like the G-string.
You like the car?
Yeah.
Favorite rapper?
ProKid.
Worst rapper?
I haven't heard him yet.
Chocolate or strawberry?
Chocolate.
All right, awesome stuff. We got that out the way.
This is the re-up.
Yeah, that was quick and easy. Shout out to you.
Really? Dope.
Awesome stuff. Now that we're about to reach the end of the interview,
really?
it's very unfortunate, my brother, man. Yes, we try, but African time sometimes, we are ahead of it.
Yeah, no, I get
But
you.
I want to find out from you. Trans Africa Radio plays a 100% African music. What are your thoughts on a station that does that?
Yo, Mfethu, we need people like you, man. We need people like you guys. Just allowing us, because we are gas mfethu ngithola into esiphila sikhalelayo egas ne ukuthi asithole ama opportunity yangithola ukuthi si express italent lethu yangithola. So when we get a person who has, or like a station that has opened themselves to giving us a chance, ahead of what, because we already have an influx of what Drake is doing, we're already going to see that.
True.
So I feel like Nina represents me because you cater for their niche. You came through and you're like, okay, cool. Jengami, how I want to focus on a certain way or a message. It's like the same way that you guys like, no, we don't have to play international music to be relevant. We can actually keep it authentic Mzansi, authentic Niger, authentic Kenya. You know what I'm saying? I really respect that.
Awesome stuff, man. Shout outs to you. Thank you very much. Jesse, you move away. There's like 100. I was about to end, but let's go quickly through these ones. Right. Corny Sierra says, don't let anyone DM you light, man. We are wearing glasses because of you shining.
That is wow. Don't charge me if I put that on the verse.
Another message here from Kenzani Mkwana is saying, hey, he is so sweet, he sounds so sexy. Yo, I'm lurking on your Insta touchline.
I know, bring it on. We are happy, it's a big family.
All right, awesome stuff. Which song do you think we should close off with?
Can I close off with a little message?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I love saying this, I grew up in a place where there's cash before the people, where the value of your clothing will determine how we see you. We always find you in a better state than which we leave you. We have to subtract you to remind you we're not equal. My neighbor asked me where I got the sneakers on my feet. He knows them from the adverts and he knows that they're not cheap. I said my boy got them from Cape Town for my birthday last week, knowing very well that I went and bought them at Small Street. I always understood that it is more than just a shoe. It's a reflection of your household and what job your parents do. It shows how much respect they're obliged to give you. If it's 1,000 or 2, then you're worthy in their view. Maybe a Gucci pair comes with love in a box, and Louis Vuitton sneaks make them listen when I talk. Ikavela changed my step, but my father's salary could only get me shoes from Pep. If I'm lucky, maybe Jet. And you know what's the worst thing? I only go to the sports scene to greet my friend that works there. And Ricky shamed the boy for wearing fake Balenciagas. We're closer to wearing nada than we are to wearing Prada. My shoes are getting tired. My heels are getting tired, and the soul is very weak. I need to heal. I'm getting tired, and the soul is very weak. And because they were fake, I missed out on a lot of girls. But with these very same shoes, I intend to run the world. Touchline.
It's a vibe. Trance.
Wow. Yeah, the young man. Where can people find you on social media?
At Touchline Truth. That's Twitter. At Touchline_Truth. That's Instagram. Touchline, punchline, one time for a custom. That's on Facebook.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Beautiful. Thank you very much for joining us. And man, may God bless your every breath, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Touchline was in the studio. Podcast will be up real soon on YouTube as well as all SoundCloud, iTunes, the whole shebang. Just follow at TransAfrica872 on Twitter. Right now, though, this is Touchline with Sunkissed.
This is the re-up. This is Trans Africa Radio.